Good afternoon. I'm Daniel, this is Danielle, and we're from Apiture, where we serve the digital banking needs of more than 300 community and regional financial institutions across the United States. So we've heard a lot of talk about embedded banking and embedded finance. We're going to show you. We'll actually show you how Apiture's embedded banking solution is helping our financial institutions to generate new revenue streams, reach new pools of customers, and better serve their existing customers. So we'll walk through an example of a financial institution who's partnered with a non-financial third-party application, a practice management software called Wanderhub. Danielle's going to play the role of the owner of a small boutique travel management service who's able to marry together her banking needs and her business management needs. Danielle?
Thanks, Daniel. As a small business owner, I spend a lot of time inside my practice management solution called Wanderhub. This is where I manage the day-to-day operations of my travel business. Wanderhub helps me centralize a lot of my business services and to be efficient. I used to switch over to my bank's website or mobile app to look into my finances, but what I really love about this platform is their partnership with my bank, Chicago Bank and Trust. I'll show you what I mean. Let's assume this is the first time that I'm connecting to my bank from within Wanderhub.
So Danielle's securely bringing her Chicago Bank and Trust accounts directly into the Wanderhub application, effectively establishing a digital branch. And she's using her existing digital banking credentials to do so, and has the ability to determine whether or not she wants those credentials to be remembered, or whether she would prefer to re-authenticate with each subsequent session.
Now that my bank's connected to Wanderhub, I have a view into the financial health of my business. And wow, my operating account balance is a lot higher today than I expected. Let's see why. I can head over to the Banking tab to access more banking services. Looking into my recent transactions, it looks like Peter McAllister's $100,000 deposit came through. He's planning to take nearly his entire family to Paris over Christmas, unless he leaves someone home alone. The McAllisters have a 90-day period where they can cancel for a full refund, so I need to manage this money wisely. While I could go to my bank's digital banking application or walk into a branch to open a savings account to set aside some of the funds, my bank makes it easy for me to open an account right here directly within Wanderhub.
So as Danielle goes through our quick account origination process, consider the power of what you're looking at. So through a single partnership for which there was no technical work for the bank, Chicago Bank and Trust is able to bring banking services and their brand not just to Danielle, but to the tens of thousands of business customers of the Wanderhub application, so that accounts can now be originated and managed, and new relationships can be established and strengthened within the application.
Now I'll go ahead and move over the portion of the McAllister deposit that I want to preserve. I'll keep 20% in my operating account for trip-related costs and move 80%, so $80,000, over into the new savings account for safekeeping, and hopefully to earn some interest along the way. Great, I can see the transfer shows up right away in my transaction history. That's really helpful. And my overall account balances look good. I'm all about efficiency, and today my bank made it really easy for me. Now I'll head off to start booking the McAllister trip, the work I get paid for and that I enjoy doing, planning the trip of a lifetime for my clients.
Thanks, Danielle. That's fantastic. One additional perspective for which we should give consideration is for that of the developers. So while I mentioned that there's no technical work for the financial institution, there is some work for the third-party application inside of which Apiture's embedded components are going to be displayed. So let's actually take a moment and walk through that experience. As Danielle brings up Apiture's developer portal, for my non-technical folks out in the crowd, know that Apiture provides the tools and resources that engineers need to be successful with quick and easy implementations of banking services. For my technical folks, so what would happen is Wanderhub's developer would go to Apiture's developer portal. They would register for keys, and then they'd be able to choose from a library of embeddable components based on which functionality they want to bring into their application. There they can then set the configuration within each of those components. So for example, we're looking at the chart of accounts component. Instead of a list view, let's take a graphical view of that, and then let's update the labels to match our brand. Apiture then provides the code required so the developer can take cut that directly into their application where they see fit, and then we can see those changes happen in real time. Apiture goes to great lengths to make it as easy as possible for our developer community, because we have to. So while Wanderhub happens to serve the travel management space, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of these potential partnerships out in the market, and they're not going to know banking. So be they florists or microbreweries or dental offices or veterinary clinics, Apiture abstracts away all of the business logic. So it doesn't matter what core, what payment services, all of that the bank is using, Apiture takes care of that to make it easy so that that third-party developer can continue to focus on their specific industry. So in the span of a few short minutes, you're able to catch a glimpse of the power of Apiture's embedded banking solution, empowering a small business owner to be able to marry together her banking needs with her business management inside the practice management software that she's using each and every day. So Danielle didn't have to walk into a branch. She didn't have to call a banker. She didn't even have to leave the application that she was already in to go and visit her bank's website or mobile app. Yet her banking needs were met exactly where she was, exactly when she needed them. And this is just one example of the power of Apiture's embedded banking solution and how it can fundamentally change how community and regional financial institutions can go and target entirely new demographics of customers, not based on their geographic location, but instead based on the shared interests and needs that drew them into these third-party communities to begin with. If you're anywhere nearly as excited as we are for what Apiture's embedded banking solution can do for your institution, come chat with us. We're at booth 100 and would love to connect. And while you're there, drop a business card for the chance to win a $1,000 Hotels.com gift card so that you too can book your very own travel adventure. Thank you so much.